Well, this is very good cottage gardening without water, isn't it? All these Oxalis, which I've planted under a tree, are doing rather well. And they can survive the summers. They'll die down soon when it's summer. And they'll be beautiful next year, won't they? They'll come up again and again. And there's nothing to stop them. And if that tree is ever watered, they'll get a nice drink. And they're beautiful, aren't they? And there's no work involved. They look like pretty cottage garden flowers. Let's have a close-up. There they are, so beautiful. So indeed beautiful. And it's effortless cottage gardening, isn't it? It's effortless. Effortless and beautiful. And doesn't require water. Lovely. This little weed grows everywhere here, and it looks just like forget-me-nots. And I don't have to do anything. They just grow by themselves. So I'm that sort of cottage gardener, aren't I? I'm that sort of cottage gardener. Let's have a close-up at them. Pretty little things, aren't they? Everywhere. They grow by themselves and give me that cottage garden effect. And I don't have to do anything. I don't. They're so pretty. So very pretty. Just like forget-me-nots. And I've got periwinkles growing everywhere. And I don't have to do anything for them either. They just grow by themselves all over the place. They do. I don't have to do anything. And they give that lovely cottage garden effect. Look at their little propellers. Let's have a close-up. Look at them in the wind. So beautiful. And that lovely cottage garden effect. Effortless. And they multiply and do their own thing. Look at them in there. Everywhere. Everywhere. And Japonicas don't have to be watered much to keep them alive through the hot weather. They don't. They're colourful and beautiful. They need a little bit of summer water, but not that much. I think it's spring all over again. It is, isn't it? It's spring all over again. Spring all over again. Yes. So here we have our effortless cottage gardening. And here's a pink Japonica. And it only needs a little drink in the summertime to keep it going. And it gives that lovely cottage garden effect. It's beautiful. Lovely. Let's have a close-up at it. Lovely coral pinks and things. Beautiful. Lovely. Doesn't require much water. Cottage gardening, effortless. Tritelias, growing just like weeds. Beautiful. Lovely. And very drought resistant. Let's have a close-up. Nice cottage garden effect. And there's a bee. And not much work. Where does it stop? Not much work. Lovely cottage garden effect. And no work, basically. Except for the bees. I can't keep up with that bee. Wormwood. Wormwood gives that lovely cottage garden effect too. It's nice to touch and smell. It's silver and soft and very, very drought resistant. Nice cottage garden backdrop. Very beautiful. Try it. Very drought resistant. Effortless gardening. Effortless. Maybe you can cut it back every few years if you like. No work involved at all. Dry climate gardening. Looks like an English cottage garden if you want that sort of effect without water. This is Lonicera fragrantissima, Woodbine Honeysuckle. It's quite drought resistant. Needs a little bit of water in summer, but it can stand quite a hot, dry climate, and it gives beautiful winter perfume, late winter perfume and flowers, and it's beautiful and drought resistant and quite tough, and it's a wonderful cottage garden plant. Lovely specimen from old world cottage gardens. This little weed is called Fumitory. F-U-M-I-T-O-R-Y, yes, Fumitory. I think it's lovely. It's one of my favourite weeds. So pretty. It's resistant to chemicals too. There's one that's resistant to Monsanto. Is it Monsanto? Makes zero. It's resistant to zero, which is interesting. I mean that a plant can become immune to a weedicide. It's so lovely. So beautiful. One of my favourites. Lovely stuff. A whole lot of it growing here. I love it when it grows everywhere. It looks like a heathland then. It does. The Fumitory heath. Here's some beautiful Fumitory. That's a lovely little weed. That looks nice around a cottage garden. There's some more down there. Very beautiful to have it growing wild everywhere. Fumitory. Lovely. And here's some shepherd's purse. It's beautiful too. It's called shepherd's purse because in the old days, well, a purse was made out of an animal's heart, wasn't it? It was made out of an animal's heart, and the little seed capsules are heart-shaped. The seed capsules are heart-shaped. That's why it's called a shepherd's purse. From when purses were made out of animal organs. Pretty little thing. I love shepherd's purse. It's beautiful. Worthwhile herb to have around the cottage garden. Dry climate, no effort. This Senecio, or is it Senecio? Senecio is a beautiful another background plant that's very drought resistant. This one has pink flowers. You can get different coloured flowers, but this one has pink flowers and it's very, very tough. Can stand very hot, dry conditions. Nice background plant for a cottage garden. Very pretty and silver. And in the background over there, there's more wormwood. This is another hot, dry climate cottage garden species. It's Primrose Jasmine. It's very tough, quite drought resistant. Likes some water in summer, but it's very beautiful and gives that cottage garden effect. Lovely background of green with yellow winter, spring, late winter, spring flowers. Lovely thing. Primrose Jasmine. There's a close-up of some Primrose Jasmine in bloom. Looking pretty enough. Kalanchoe red bells. Kalanchoe. They always put on some good colour. They don't need much water once established. They don't. Look at their flaming colour. Look at their flaming colour. It's all flame. Lovely.